Human trafficking is the business of stealing freedom for profit. In some cases, traffickers trick, defraud, or physically force victims into providing commercial sex. In others, victims are lied to, assaulted, threatened, or manipulated into working under inhumane, illegal, or otherwise unacceptable conditions. The 10 worst states for human trafficking are California, Texas, Florida, New York, Michigan, Ohio, Georgia, Illinois, Missouri, and Mississippi. While not an exhaustive list, these are some key red flags that could alert you to a potential trafficking situation that should be reported. Living with employer, poor living conditions, multiple people in cramped space, inability to speak to individual alone. Answers appear to be scripted and rehearsed. Employer is holding identity documents. Signs of physical abuse, submissive or fearful, unpaid or paid very little. Under 18 and in prostitution. Every year, 300,000 children are taken from all around the world and sold by human traffickers as slaves. 28% of the 17,000 people brought to the United States are children, about 13 children per day. While boys and men are victims as well, most individuals identified as trafficked for both labor and commercial sex are women and girls. For every 10 victims detected globally, 5 are adult women and 2 are girls. While the fear of being kidnapped may persist for one's entire life, in 2022 the number of missing persons under the age of 21 was much higher than those 21 and over, with 206,371 females under 21 reported missing and 64,956 females over the age of 21 reported missing. When war or conflict disrupts countries, trafficking increases. Women and girls are abducted, abused, and often traded for goods by armed groups. Many armed groups use sexual exploitation as a war tactic. Sexual violence can and has been used as a weapon of war to demoralize their enemy as a punishment, or to instill fear and display power or mastery. This violence often occurs in the form of gang rape. War and conflict experts state that sexual violence can also be used as a war tactic to destabilize enemy communities by impregnating women. By raping and forcibly impregnating women, enemy camps attempt to change the dynamic of the society they are attacking by reducing the number of women who can or want to bear children following their rape. They try to prevent the growth of enemy societies while also changing the dynamics of families. There are many reasons why people go missing. Some are kidnapped, some purposefully go missing, in order to escape abuse, for example, and some, usually children, are runaways. What persists in the imagination when thinking of missing persons, however, are kidnapping victims, usually due to extensive media coverage of child kidnappings by the media.
Have you heard about all the missing teens and children in Ohio?
Children disappearing in record numbers. According to the Ohio Attorney General's office, more than 1,000 children have been reported missing so far this year.
Well, we have some good news. 160 people were just arrested in the trafficking bust, including nurses, law enforcement officers, social workers, teachers, and high distinguished people involved.
This morning, 160 people are facing charges in Ohio accused of human trafficking. It's the latest in a series of law enforcement stings across the country. One just last week in Florida saw more than 200 arrests.
These are teachers, these are coaches, nurses, retirees, people you and I would know in our communities, and it can really happen anywhere. And law enforcement say that this problem is so pervasive, doesn't even begin to put a dent in this problem.
Officials said they believe the issue has been ongoing for a very long time, but now they have the technology and resources to solve it. What do you think about this, and what kind of punishment should they receive?
In beautiful Maui. And guys, hold on tight. The local congressman just dropped a bombshell. Brace yourselves for this. Over 1,000 children are missing. I'm talking 1,050 kids gone without a trace. And get this, they have absolutely no clue where these children are. Not a single clue. It's like they vanished into thin air. Can you believe it? Now they're trying to brush it off and blame it on the intensity of the fire. They're saying that because the fire was so hot, they may never find the remains of these children or their parents. But come on, is that really the truth? Are we being played here? I don't want to jump to conspiracy theories or spread misinformation, but something just doesn't add up. The reports, the first-hand accounts, it's deeply disturbing. Now, I'm not here to spread conspiracies or feed you a load of nonsense, but something ain't adding up, my friends. Reports from all over the country, reporters on the ground talking about these missing children. It's alarming. We can't turn a blind eye to this. We can't ignore the fact that these children are unaccounted for. No remains, no parents. It's a haunting mystery. And in the back of our minds, the whispers get louder. Could the government be involved? Could there be a hidden agenda? My heart goes out to Maui, to the people who are living through this nightmare. Your pain is our pain, and we won't stop until we find out the truth. We won't let our government get away with this if there's any truth to these claims. So Maui, stay strong, stay resilient. We're here for you.